In a courtroom bright and bold, Andy marks the stories he told. With a finger pointed high, he's the ace, the reason why. Through objections loud and clear, truth and justice always here. From the witness stand to the judge's chair, and he's ready beyond compare. Andy Marks and Phoenix Wright fight for truth with all his might. Mia spirit and Maya by his side, together they'll turn the tide. He's defending the accused, while baby Gumshoe is confused. Solve the case, bring the truth to light with Andy Marks and Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright.
How did I get into this mess? Why? Why did I do that? Is that Phoenix? A young Phoenix? That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that. Is this Larry Butts? I don't think that's Edgeworth. I think that's Larry Butts. That doesn't look like Edgeworth. It wasn't me. I didn't... Are we... I didn't do it! Are we proving Phoenix innocent here? I don't think that didn't look like Edgeworth to me. Mia Fey, her second trial. No way, we're playing as Mia. This is so cool. That didn't look like Edgeworth to me. That looked like Larry Butts. It could be Edgeworth, but I don't think... Edgeworth doesn't seem like the guy to be arguing over a girl with Phoenix. Edgeworth is probably the... I wouldn't be shocked. Well, if they're dead, it's neither. True. Now I'm thinking about it. Edgeworth is probably the prosecutor in this trial. I wouldn't be shocked. Whew, it's finally time. I'm kinda nervous. Oh, this guy! Oh, Mr. Grossberg. Good morning. Ah, Mia, please calm yourself down. You're gonna get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know. What are you talking about? I am relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me, I'm relaxed. Let go of my lapels. Lapples, whatever. You obviously haven't gotten the temperament to be a lawyer. Prosecutor would be Von Karma, but he never lost a case. He never lost a case prior to facing us. I thought Edgeworth is the same age as Phoenix. You're right, he is. I guess we'll see. I'm sorry. I'm just so nervous today. Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I, Marvin Grossberg, am at your service. Actually, this is my second time in court. Still, you surprised me with your earnest request last night. Let me handle this case, you suddenly said. And quite forcefully, too. I just found out yesterday about the case I'm in. What? You've already learned all the relevant facts? Well, about that, you see... I mean, of course I have. I think. Oh dear. In any case, don't let our client see you're so nervous. You see, the poor young man in the pink sweater over there, that's our client. Good morning there, everybody. Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. I just want to say, I'll give it all I've got. Yep, I'll be fine, no problem. Achoo! 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 Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Rye? Actually, it's right. Like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. My doc says, this way, I won't give it to anyone else. And be kind to others, he says. Right, Mr. Wright. You have nothing to fear in court today. If you're truly innocent, I promise I will save you. Ugh, please. Let go of my shirt. Achoo! That's right, he's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that's how it traumatized me so bad, I thought I'd never step foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then, and well, here I am again. Was that the DL6? But this time I'm gonna win. That's probably the DL6. For the client and for myself. No, actually, who was on the DL6 initially? I don't remember. Her mom wasn't the lawyer, though. Who the fuck is that guy? Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright, the namesake of the video game we're playing. Wink, wink. She was the key witness. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ha ha! How could I forget? This guy right here. He's the first guy we play in every game. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense today is, Miss Mia Fey, was it? Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem? I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was gonna be leading the defense. Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had, a bit of an emergency. Emergency? But isn't that him standing there right next to you? Yes, well... You're just a rookie. Are you sure you can handle this? Don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest luck. Of course, Your Honor. I think. Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please. Well, well, well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. It'll all be over soon. What was that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me? Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim... Oh, Doug Swallow. That's an insane fucking name. That's a crazy name. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. He was a 4-year student studying pharmacology. It sounds like he was a very bright young man. Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body. And the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway. They then called the police. That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence. By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo. Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death. An unusual death? What do you mean, Mr. Payne? Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question? Huh? A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I'm a genteel man, if you will. A what? Stand up to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of. Ah, perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause? Go on. Alright, well, can we, like... A fatal electric shock. Okay. Please say you know at least this much. I'm so sorry, I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file. My hemorrhoids are beginning to act up. Now, see here. The details of the case are... The file are under this court record. But you knew that already, didn't you? Ah, the court record. I think I can see that by pressing the right bumper. All the weapons we need... Excuse me. All the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at the data there, and think carefully before you answer, me dear. Yes, sir. I'll do just that. I gotta stay calm. I can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. The court record. Okay, let's take a look. I just press the right bumper here. Now then, will the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death? According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution. Electrocution? How could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new super powerful stun gun, perhaps? The answer to that will become crystal clear at this trial as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there's one more vital issue. What's that? Why, motive, of course. Apparently, there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant. Bad blood? What do you mean? Oopsie! I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this. I really don't like this guy's smug attitude. That's Winston Payne for you. He's one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know. Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time, I would like to see some supporting evidence. Evidence? Ah, no need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need and then shove it into old Greybeard's face. Yes, sir. Mr. Grossberg, try to set a better example for the young lady. Mia, evidence isn't the only thing in the courtroom. People's profiles are as well. You can toggle between profiles and evidence with the right bumper, so be sure to go over all of it. Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim? Dahlia Hawthorne. What a baddie. Why isn't it saying deceased next to his name? Usually they say deceased if they're dead. Interesting. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here. Dahlia Hawthorne. Excuse me, who? Dahlia Hawthorne, is it? Very good, Miss Fey. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is a girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in this story. He's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness. If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Fey? It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection. Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, to the witness stand. Look how happy he is. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh, yes. My name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect. No! He means what did you do before you were arrested? Oh, achoo! Whew. I was a university student. Mr. Wright? You understand that you were suspected in the death of your fellow student, but I didn't do it. I'm innocent, I tell you. I'm telling you, I was... Will the defendant please refrain from passing on his goal to the rest of us? It seems the witness has something he wants to say. Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim. Right away, Your Honor. Looks so happy. I admit I was there, but I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. British wannabe. Imagine wanting to be British. I see. So you hardly knew the victim? Right, like I said, I'm not a killer. Whew. Looks like the judge understands. You're being naive, you know. Too naive. Huh? It seems you've forgotten one small thing, young lady. And that would be... This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination? He's right. It's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if a witness's testimony contains any contradictions. Contradictions? If a witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record. But Mr. Wright is my client. Even if he is your client, in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see. What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony just now? Was there a lie? A contradiction? Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Fey. Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. Ah, Phoenix. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? Phoenix, what are you lying for? Phoenix right? More like Phoenix wrong. Starting a new save file. Oh, this one's yellow. Okay. Yeah, press. When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered? Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened anyway. Something? You can't hide what happened. We have photographic evidence. Achoo! Achoo! Anyway, Mr. Wright, what were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow. It was just a coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident. A coincidence, huh? Let's see something. A veteran lawyer with a little too much confidence. Phoenix was an art student? That's so cute. You say you found the body, so who called the police? Huh? That's you! Unfortunately, it was some other students that notified the police. Other students? That's correct, they were witnesses. Witnesses who saw the defendant standing there next to the body in shock. What? Is this true, Mr. Wright? Achoo! 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 Did he stop sneezing every time we were on a bind? Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body. But I... What? How's it not? Okay. How'd you do he's British? Well, I guess he had the conversation with them. So you didn't know his face or even his name, right? Right. Well, no. That is, I mean... So, which is it? Do you know him or not? Achoo! 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 Now see here! You can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day. Well... I guess I did know his name. News to me. Why didn't he tell me that before? I heard he used to date Dahlia. Who is this Dahlia person? Yes, that'd be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, I see. Ah, young love. So bittersweet. That's all I knew about him. Mr. Wright? Excuse me. Mr. Wright, you stated that the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right! I mean, why would I even... But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Achoo! Well, Mr. Wright? No, it wasn't me. I'm not killer, I swear. Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you want to put it, a British wannabe? Yes, well... He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean? Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true, cross my heart. I swear I didn't do it. He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night. May I ask you something, Miss Fey? Yes, Your Honor. What is it now? Who is this person anyway? This Union Jack fellow. The Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag. Oh, I see. So you mean like the stars and stripes, right? As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me. Hey, something just occurred to me. Judge sharp as always. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now? Mia, there's a contradiction here. Mr. Grossberg, quickly now, show that boy you mean business with evidence, I mean. Okay, Mia, check the court record carefully. Well, my dear, do you think you can manage on your own from this point? 1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself. You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia. I'll be fine. I'll know what I have to do. Remember, you could always press him to get more information. Oh, one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof. Okay, Mia, one more time, from the very beginning of his testimony. Save.
Objection!
Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back. Miss Fey, is there some point on this line of questioning? Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute! He's wearing the leather jacket! The Union Jack was on the back of his shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath the jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. She got you, homie. Please forgive me! Mia, you made your client cry! Let him! Let him! That P on his chest doesn't stand for P any... That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyways. I can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong. Let's go! Never go to court high on NyQuil. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Uh-oh. Did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took some, but... Was the medication that you took over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X? Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How'd you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now? Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. You lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case? Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Huh? Your Honor, I'd like you to take another look at the crime scene. Photo of the crime scene. I'd like you to take another photo from the crime scene. What's this? In the victim's hand, it's Cold Killer X! Yes, but even I got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to. Especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it. What? Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped by Mr. Wright, and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright. Okay. Order! Order at the court! Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Very well. This court will accept them into the record. victim's watch stopped at the time of death. Found clutch in the victim's hand, covered in Wright's fingerprints. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Broken? Yes, the seat's functioning with a large wave of electricity passed. With a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all of this? This is really bad. Oh, buttocks. My poor, poor hemorrhoids. Oh, my buttocks. My poor, poor hemorrhoids. The truth is, I went because he called me. I was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3, we split up. And then later, I went back and I found him lying there. I've been taking cold killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost a small bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously. Achoo, achoo, achoo! I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. We'll forgive you if I say I hardly find your You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible. Miss Fey, please begin your cross-examination. Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies. Had you ever met the victim before? No, never. But that day he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dahlia. And this Dahlia person is my it's kind of embarrassing. She's my my sweetheart. Oh. What? What was that for, Mia? Oh, I'm sorry, I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Doug Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is. So it was one of those nasty love triangles, I see. Let me look at something real quick. That is 12. So, okay, so that looks like 1... Oh, excuse me, that looks like... What was that, 3? 305, give or take? Time of death was at 3, it says. These times don't match up. Yeah, because, yeah, this time says 3:05, and they're saying he died at 3. Was it Mr. Swallow, excuse me, was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, we were both there right on time. You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct? Yes, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IBU. An alchemist, I see. I gotta admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. Ho ho, how fascinating. He sounds like quite an ambitious young man. What I do, maybe I should ask him some more details? So you're absolutely certain that you met at 2:45? Yeah, pretty sure. That's the time class ends. But they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? Yeah, those pharmacology guys are always in the lab whipping something up. Well, it looks like he's right about the time anyway. Let's get the answers to the other question. I was wondering if he could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Oh, shit. Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange medicines that run on high-voltage electricity. That's right. And they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high-voltage cables everywhere. High-voltage cables? Yeah. There are... Oh, God. There were electrical poles set up all around the building. The high-voltage cables run overhead around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. So what was it that you were talking about? You know, achoo! That maybe we should hang out again sometime. Hang out again sometime? I wish that were true. Well, let me see that. So you say you went back? Yeah. That's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with them? Well, that's right, I was. Then why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there? I thought maybe we could make up. Achoo! Achoo! Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of year, isn't it? Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open in the this early in the spring, huh? I suppose common sense is not always common. So, did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine? Well, I always took one after meals. So I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious. Youch! Why did you punch me in the jaw? Oh, I'm so sorry. I feel like hurting someone all of a sudden. I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of the death. And the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason. I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either. Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted. What do you mean? I knew it was too much work for a little girl. However, there's one mystery that still remains. There is, Your Honor. How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct? Well, that is, you are correct, Your Honor. So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done. Maybe I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose. Your Honor? Yes, Miss Fey? I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died. That would be most impressive. Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. Even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence. Of course I know that. Actually, I had completely forgot about that. Now then, Miss Fey, let's see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted. As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well. What? There's nothing that even resembles a murder weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is gonna have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Fey, what exactly is a murder weapon? Well, naturally, it's right here. What is that? A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard? The machines the pharmacology students use in this experiment requires high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere. So then the high voltage cable... Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation. That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, I believe some praise is in order. Don't toy with me, old man. Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was... the defendant. Achoo! That much is certainly true. Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable evidence that will establish Mr. Wright as the murderer. You do? Well, what is it? His fingerprints. Fingerprints? Oh, you mean that the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides a medicine bottle? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well. Ah, you mean... Yes, it was quite clear, imprinted on the chest of the area of the victim's jacket, the palm print of the defendant's very own hand. What? I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Instead of murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable. I'm gonna bring my Nittany Lions to the promised land. Order! 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 That's enough! I think we can conclude that there's no reason to continue this with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us, we're done. Mr. Grossberg, my hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over, Mia. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him. No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent. No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt. Your Honor? At this time, I am prepared to render a verdict in this case. Do you have something further to add, Miss Fey? Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth, the whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I just can't say it. I told you what really happened. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Fey, no matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you, and I'll represent you to the very end. We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything. Wait a minute. Mr. Wright? I'll tell you what really happened. But I've already told you, Mr. Wright, there's no need to for further. I did it. I admit it, I pushed him. It's my fault. My fault that Doug Swallow is dead. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about her, about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that. Wow, did he didn't, there's no way he actually did that. Uh-oh, Mr. Payne is sweating. What you just said, was that the truth? Yes, I was afraid. I was afraid if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure. Well, as things currently stand, we're absolutely convinced you are. Please. Please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Fey? I believe in you. Oh, thank you. I still can't believe it. He really did push the victim. I feel like my hemorrhoids are gonna... That's one of the best lines I've ever seen in a fucking video game. It feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake. That guy, he was talking bad about Dahlia. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At the moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just lying there, dead. Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When he pushed him, Mr. Swallow fell back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock. And that, as they say, is that. A simple explanation indeed. At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted. But... oh, excuse me. When I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it. That's true. Even a doofus like him couldn't miss that. Miss Fey? Let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that? Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. So... oh yeah. So, what kind of things did Mr. Swallow say to you? He said all sorts of terrible things about Dahlia. He said that she was a bad girl. Is that all? Yep. Well, Miss Fey, you heard him yourself. Oh boy, you're not doing yourself any favors, Mr. Wright. Please don't make this harder for me than it already is. Anyway, after you said that, I just... Can you tell me about what happened in a little more detail? That guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and I flew into a furious frenzy. I just gave him a light, gentle shove to the chest. And when he did that, there were no severed cables anywhere to be seen. Right. There was nothing like that at all. Well, it is possible that you merely overlooked it. Well, I guess it's possible. What are you doing? Don't let that guy steamroll over you like a cheap asphalt. I believe what's important here is the moment the push occurred. Let's continue on with the testimony, witness. A loud noise? And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like snap. You know, come to think of it, I wonder what that was. Clearly, Your Honor. It was the sound of the victim being electrocuted. You are not qualified to decide that. What should I do? Am I treading on some dangerous ground here? Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important, so try to remember what it was. How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack. Aha, could it have been... Yes, could it have been... Hurry up, tell us. When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. He fell right on top of it and it broke. That was probably the sound I heard. An umbrella, huh? And did that umbrella belong to the victim? Yep, it was a plastic umbrella, cheap and frail, kind of like the owner. Alright, Phoenix. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone. Miss Fey, what do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now? Well... Of course it's important. No, the cheap umbrella is more than important, it's vital. I want to have it entered into the evidence. Huh, yeah, how perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer. The court agrees to the defense's request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony. Mr. Swallow fell on top of his umbrella, and you're certain about this? Yeah, it was right there. It was right there under him. Actually, if it hadn't been under him, I was planning on borrowing it for myself. The umbrella, you mean? Well, yeah, you see, I was wearing this sweater here. Dahlia stayed up late for nights at a time knitting it for me. I didn't want the rain to dampen the handmade symbol of her love. My stomach is not to be used as your personal soccer ball, Mia. I'm sorry. Continue on with your testimony, witness. Is there an umbrella in this? Why didn't you testify about this umbrella from the very beginning? Come on, if I had mentioned that, I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier. What do you mean by that? Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole. You're absolutely right. The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive. No! Order, order, order! The victim, he moved. Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where is it now? Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene. I want to present it as evidence immediately! But the umbrella could have simply blown there by the wind. According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind. This song slaps. Hey, this is a really good one. I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render my final judgment. No! I must say, I still find it hard to believe, but there's a huge hole that's been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony. Well done, Mia. Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about? Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. I was foolish to think I could establish guilt through a cross-examination alone. I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying. Let me guess, you have another witness? Exactly. And this witness's testimony is incontrovertible. Well, who is this witness? Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? You don't mean Dolly? I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. That's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. What? I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear. That was so cool. Bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this. You can't be serious. Mia. Oh, excuse me. Mia, what do you mean by that? I think this is a good point for us to stop at. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Miss Fey, I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's all right. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah. So I guess I can start to relax then, huh? Relax, my boy? You can't be serious. After hiding such important facts. But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. What do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Dahlia and I, we first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side anyway. Look at the fucking chain. She's hot as hell. Jesus Christ. One day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave this to me on the day we met as a symbol of our love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, and then she took it off, and just before she gave it to me, she said, "I want you to carry this." So she gave it to you as a present, I see. This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little Dolly. It certainly is a little bottle, alright. It makes me so happy. I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. A small bottle necklace given to Wright on the day they met. He shows it to everyone. Poor guy. Anyway. So after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating? Yeah? Well, she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl asking for her present back like that. Interesting. Clearly allergic to whoever it is in that. Yeah, probably. By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't have to happen to have been on August 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was. But how did you... This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse. What's this? A newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse. Murder? What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there's some connection between these two cases, am I correct? Wait a minute, this is a simple tutorial case. We're starting off high already? Let me see this. Very little information is being disclosed at this time, since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim. Jesus Christ. I hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossbird. I need to finish this myself. Ah, yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find. Thank you. I want you to do whatever you can. I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, it looks like recess is about over. We better all get moving. Grossberg is actually a lot nicer than you would think he is. Like, he seems douchey and uppity, but he's actually kind of nice. I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though.
And Phoenix Wright.